We need to work on a series of practical steps where people can come together to develop democratic organisations, and with a view to making the transition from the present to the future.
For me, democracy should be the tool that we use to be able to think collectively and act collectively and achieve the best that we can for our societies and communities.
What most of the people here are trying to do is come up with something that's better than what we've already got.
If people are all committed to the concept of democracy, is it simply a core representative?
Democracy, as I see it, is truly being represented, which we're not.
Depending on who you speak to and where they live, you'll get a different view of what democracy is.
We need to take control or be part of the decision-making process.
Democracy means that is a political system where every member of society equally has a voice.
So some local projects for the election. Democracy Club is a group of volunteers, which I'm one, who do various things. The main site they do is ynuk.tv, which is simply an open database of all the candidates who are standing. Now this is a kind of a relic of our political system, in that the information is available publicly, but it's only been available since 2 days ago, and it's available as PDFs on 400 different council websites around the country.
In America, there's quite a rich democratic media movement. There's quite a lot of interesting academics working at grassroots organisations campaigning for it. I don't think we really have that in the UK. I mean, my own views on it is that we probably do need strong public funding. The reaction to that, of course, is that, well, do we want a media that's controlled by the state?
To get democracy back into the heart of journalism, we need to get rid of Westminster. We need to get rid of them because they're the controllers of the media.
Public funded media, I think, is a brilliant way forward. I think it's Iceland is a country that has adopted that already, and they've got a really, really vibrant media.
Do you have any kind of feelings about the National? Like, I like some of the stuff that's been presented, and I like the kind of format of the way that they're doing, and even down to some of the language. It seems much more kind of aspirational.
The National, I mean, it strikes me that it's just a kind of an opportunist. You know, obviously somebody spotted that there's 45% of people who seem to actually quite like independence, so let's give them a newspaper. We might get to make a bit of money out of that for a while.
I think that the strength of the National, I disagree with what you're saying, because I think the strength of the National is that it does introduce a different narrative. Yeah. That there's a different set of assumptions underlying the National, and I think that it taps into the desire for people who were pro-independence, not just to be independent for the sake of it, but for a whole set of social justice.
I don't know any friend of my age that actually watch everyday TV. We always saw everything through internet. So I think in a matter of time we are walking towards a more democratic but noisy environment.
But one thing that has happened, and largely as a result of the referendum in Scotland, is that the old two-party system is broken. It's finished. It doesn't prevail any longer. And that opens a window of opportunity, which we must act before that window of opportunity closes.